Alright, hi guys, I am back with another video, a handbag video. So for those of you who are new to my channel, I do videos on handbags, fashion, parenting, cooking, things like that. So today it's going to be another handbag review. Not so much first impressions. I have opened the box already. I haven't actually used it yet, so I'm not going to talk too much about the wear and tear or anything like that. I'm waiting to use the bag. So this one is in this ginormous box. So this is from Polene, and this is the Douze, so 12. Had to think there for a second. So the number 12 bag. And Polene, for those who are not familiar, is a French brand based in Paris. Their only brick and mortar store is in Paris. Otherwise, you would have to purchase their bags online. They have been quite popular on social media. You might see a lot of photos of them. And I actually heard that they may be opening a store in Japan. So that's quite exciting. They've actually been quite popular in the Asian countries. So yeah, they have really been liking them. Like I said, it's a European brand. They're all handmade in Spain with Italian Spanish leather. Don't quote me on that, but it's either Italian or Spanish. I can't remember which one. So yes. So I'm just gonna open this bag. So obviously it comes in its typical shipping cardboard box, and then in their white pearlescent box, and all the tissue paper and cards and everything. Huge box. So it comes like so in its dust bag. Here it is, the Tote. So number 12, Tote. And it comes stuffed, so all the stuffing is in there. So yeah, I saw this, not this color actually, I saw it in white when it was first released for the campaign. I saw it in white and I was just like, oh my god, that bag is so pretty. And I actually saw it, let me just show you what shape that I saw it in that kind of caught my attention. I saw it in this shape. It's huge. I saw it in this shape, this kind of like boat-like shape, in white or in cray. I think that's what they call it. And I was just like, wow, that's so pretty. I don't really trust myself with white bags, and I do have another white bag that is kind of on my wish list. So I was debating, what color to get this bag in, and eventually I settled on black because I figured it would be most work appropriate. So yeah, but all their colors are really, really pretty. They have all these really nice browns and tans. But yeah. So for tote wise, I just wanted to go with the black one, a black basic tote. And this contrast stitching is just so beautiful. And this white contrast stitching. I believe this is their textured leather. So it is a very sturdy leather. Seems pretty scratch resistant. Okay, but it's sturdy, but at the same time it's quite soft. You can bend it and everything, and it's still good. It's not super hard, but it holds its shape. So yeah, I just thought it was really pretty. So with this bag, you can change it into different shapes or styles, and it does come with, if I can just find it for you. I had it a second ago. Oh, here. So it does come with this little booklet here that teaches you how to configure the bag. So obviously you can see it has double handles. So it has a shorter handle for handheld or, you know, crook of the arm. And then it has the longer handles for a shoulder bag, right? So like so. And they're not detachable, so, you know, they would just kind of lie like that. When you're using it, I guess the only thing is, you know, wear and tear wise over time, how would these handles hold up? How would the glazing hold up, because it's always curved? Like I said, I haven't used this bag yet, so I can't really speak to that at this point. So this is one of the configurations you can have the bag in the boat shape. And it has these cute little poles with a little knot. I love that little detail. It's just so cute. And on their hardware, does it have feet? No feet. No feet on the bottom. I'm okay with that. It just says Polene over here. It doesn't really have a lot of hardware. Actually, no. Just the buttons and, yeah, like a little bit here. And I don't think that says Polene. No, that's too small. On the button, it does say Polene, though, on the magnetic closure here. And obviously it has the tape still on it. Just take all the stuffing out. And when you receive this, it has like kind of like foam stuff all around the handles and everything. It took me quite a while to like cut through all that just to get it out. So everything was really well packaged. And in terms of the inside, it is suede. No, let's see, what is it? Velvet microfiber for the inside. So it kind of looks like suede, but it's not. Okay. So just wanted to clarify the inside. It's not suede, just looks like suede. But it's actually microfiber, 100% velvet microfiber. And it also has a little pouch that it comes with. And some people mentioned that it actually didn't, in the pictures it didn't really show the pouch, but in the description it tells you there is a pouch. So the pouch is the same color as the bag itself. Kind of feels a little bit softer. Same thing, it has that microfiber lining inside, and it also says made in Spain on the pouch. On the bag, it says made in Spain on the bottom over there in the corner. Over here in the corner, it says made in Spain. So there's no tags. And then in terms of hardware, the only really hardware it has is this little hook right here. Even in terms of the zipper pull for the pouch, it has this leather strap, and it's hooked on using this little leather mechanism. There's no metal to it. It's just a little tab that it slits in a slit. And let's see, which is neat because I haven't really seen this kind of mechanism for my other bags yet. But yeah, so it's like so. There's a slit, and when you put it through, it just catches on itself, and that's how it prevents it from coming out. If I can just do that. There you go. So it just catches on itself right here. It's kind of smart, right? So there's another slit over here. So if you want to put it through this slit, then you can use it as like a little wristlet or whatnot. So it's handy to have. And just to show you in terms of configurations. So the boat was one of the configurations. And then when you snap it like so, now you have this kind of tulipy kind of configuration. And now the little tabs here kind of stick out. The magnetic closes on top of the tabs right there. The magnets are quite substantial, but if you put like a lot lot of stuff in, it'll, you know, it'll stretch it open. And like any, like any totes, it's open at the top. There's no zipper, unless you get a zipper tote, obviously. So in terms of security, you can always keep it closed like so. And I mean, when you're holding it, or if you have it across your over your shoulder, what are the chances of someone putting their arm in without you knowing, right? So, you know, if you have it over your shoulder, it'll look like so. So it's like that. And I'll enter some modeling shots at the end. Yeah, it's pretty secure. And the third configuration is you open it. These things are not just for decorative purposes, so you can actually snap them shut. So kind of cross them like so, right? Because there's that little tab over here on the side, like this thing right here. So you can just hoop it on, disconnect it like so, and then flop the other side over and put it on, or put it through. So you just do the same, like that, and you would just do the same on the other side. Now it looks like a hot mess, but it's not a bad configuration. It's just, I don't know when I would use it like that. So something like this. So I only did it on one side, which is why this side, the tab is shorter. So this side, the tab only comes up to here because I flopped it over. And then this side, the tab is long because I didn't put it over yet. But you get it. It's still in that kind of tulipy shape. Maybe it's slightly closer together. So if you're concerned about security, now you would have to like open your bag this way, but it's still tied here. So you would still have to like open that if you want to really go in and get stuff. To be honest, I don't think I would be doing that. It's just, it seems a little tedious. I do like the tab for decorative purposes though. I mean, it's nice that it can serve two purposes, but personally, I'm not like a huge fan of it. So yeah, but to each their own. I do like that with the magnets on both sides, it is covered, right? So it's sewn into the fabric. So, you know, if you use it this way, you don't see the magnets. And if you reverse it onto the other way, you don't really see the magnets either. So I do like that. I think that was a nice, you know, touch of their details. Like I said, with all the bags that I've have so far, the stitching, the quality has been really, really nice. I haven't noticed any issues, although I haven't used this bag yet. Yeah, and in terms of what fits inside, it's a tote, so obviously it fits everything in almost your kitchen sink, right? In terms of laptops, I have my, what is this, my Windows Surface Pro, and it fits inside. It fits fine. I tried putting in my work laptop, which is slightly bigger. The only thing is it starts to poke at the corners. So in this, either in both configurations, it fits. So in this configuration, it'll fit, but it'll start poking the corner here because you kind of have to have it diagonal. Maybe I should grab it and show you. I'll do that. Hold on a second. All right, so I just went to grab my laptop. So this is just the Surface from Microsoft. And in this configuration, so this is kind of the tulip configuration without the straps crisscrossing over the top. You can see that the Surface fits in there comfortably. And it's just like this. So it's just on one side, and you can use the other side for stuff. So that's pretty good for a work bag. With a larger device, you may need to put it diagonally like so. You might need to put it diagonally like this. So from this corner here to this corner here, like this other fold, right? And what happens is it's going to start poking your bag like this, kind of forming this kind of angle right here, because it doesn't actually sit all the way on the bottom if you have a larger laptop. So that's the only thing. So it depends if it bothers you, if you're concerned like it's going to damage your bag, or you know, have more wear in this in these corners. Right now with this one, it doesn't. I'm just trying to see if it fits all the way to the bottom. It doesn't. It's like maybe like a centimeter or two above the bottom. So the corner of the laptops are right here. I'm not sure if you know what I mean. So the corner's here, and the other side, the corner is here. So it's like sitting a couple centimeters, or actually maybe an inch above your bag. Right? So over time, you know, this part may loosen up. Again, depends if you care or not. It doesn't really bother me. It also depends on, I guess, how heavy your laptop is. Mine's not too bad. And yeah, like if I'm driving on the train, it's on a surface, so I feel like it's not putting as much weight on the corners. You can always put something maybe underneath it to give it a little bit more support if you're concerned. Like I said, I haven't actually used it yet, so I can't tell you how that would wear, but it fits. So, all right. And obviously in its boat configuration, it would fit no problem. Right? So we'll just kind of, you know, move around in there. Even in a case, I feel like it would fit. Yeah. So the main reason I purchased it, like I said, was for work. Not an everyday bag. They have a smaller size, but I feel like with a smaller size, it kind of looks a little funny with the handles, because the handles really long, and then the bag is like short and smaller. Personally, I just thought it looked a little funny. But again, to each their own if you like it. I just feel like the handles work a little bit better with this larger size. And it might depend on your frame. Like I'm not petite or anything. I'm just like average height, average size, I feel like. So I thought the large size was nice. And I really like the boat look to it. It is a little overwhelming though. It's almost like a GM, a Louis Vuitton Neverfull GM. And speaking of which, I did bring my bag, my GM, my Louis Vuitton GM. So I'm going to do some comparisons for you, just to, so, you know, if you have these other bags, you can compare it with this one here to see, you know, would it work for you? And just be mindful that it is tapered and the base is pretty small, right? This is how big the base is. Okay, so when you pack your bag, you're just going to have to be mindful of that. All right, so I'm just going to go and bring my other bags over. I guess first off, actually, I'm not going to show you like what else would fit in it, because if a laptop fits in it, obviously your wallet, your water bottle, your lunch, everything else would fit. Okay, so first off, I have Tote from Tory Burch. So again, just, you know, your typical open tote bag. And let's see here. So in terms of handle drop, the number 12 bag has a longer handle drop, a couple inches longer, right? In terms of size, you can see, looks like so. Like I said, the base is a lot smaller. There you go, you can see, right? Because this is a full base, the Tote, whereas the number 12 has a very small base. Right. In terms of its length, I suppose, in the boat shape, it's longer than your Perry tote, your Perry tote, yeah, Perry tote. Brain freeze there for a second. And in its tulip shape, I'm just going to call it that, boat and tulip shape, it's a little bit smaller, right? Because the Perry tote kind of widens up at the top, whereas this one will taper, so that's a difference. And in terms of height, it's also a little bit shorter. Or is it? Let's see, let me just fix that there. No, the height-wise, it's, okay, yeah, it's a little bit shorter in the middle, because just not the shape of the bag, but on the ends, it's almost the same height, I feel like. All right, so that's a Perry tote. So with the, so with the GM, this is the drop is longer on the number 12, just because the middle part kind of curves down, so the drop is longer. Right. Actually, to be fair, let me just open it up. Okay. So here you go. Right. So this is both in its kind of widest shape. In terms of length, it is almost the same length, I feel like. Oh yeah, like totally the same length there. Right? But it's shorter, and the base is definitely smaller. But same length. And we both know that with both of these bags, you can cinch in the sides. So we're going to do that. This is a good comparison. So number 4 and the number 12. Alright, so with the size cinched in, so with the GM Neverfull and the number 12 larger size, with it cinched in, the number 12 is, whoops, let's see here. I'm not going to measure it just because if you have the Neverfull, you would know how big it is, but it's about the same with it cinched in. Yeah, it's pretty much about the same size, cinched in. Right? And then you just lose the corners on the bottom. So yeah, if you have the GM, you would know when it's cinched in, it's like, looks like so. This bag looks like so. Right? It's a little bit smaller than your GM cinched in. And let's look at their pouch to compare the two. All right, so in terms of pouches, Neverfull is in the back, and the number 12 is in the front. It's smaller, right? The strap is shorter. So if you want to, hook it, it's going to be quite, it's almost the length of it, the Neverfull, if it was as a wristlet, in the wristlet form, right? And obviously, if you know, the Neverfull has a pocket for the pouch over here, and the number 12 has nothing. It's just a big hole. The difference is with the Neverfull, we have glazing all around. So with glazing, you know, there's a chance of peeling and whatnot. I mean, not to do like a review on mine, but you know, there you can definitely, you know, scratch and stuff, especially if it's rubbing around in your bag. But with the number 12, it's all leather. There's no glazing on it. It's all leather all around. So yes, so there's that. And I feel like it's a pretty good substitute for, you know, a luxury tote bag. That is European brand, European made, handmade actually. As you know, with like the Neverfold, I have them, I'm nothing against them, but with the Neverfold, they are canvas, they're not leather. The only leather on them is the trim, the handles, for instance. And so in terms of price, this is a fraction of the price of a Neverfold. I got mine, I don't even know how many years ago, but the Neverfolds are going for like almost 2,000. Is that right? I don't know. Comment below. I think they're about 2,000 now for the GM. So that's kind of crazy if you ask me. I haven't had any issues with mine. I love mine, but I'm just saying, right? And I do have one more bag comparison. Okay, so just in case you don't have the GM, but if you have the MM, I have the MM here as well, so we can compare the sizes. So let's open them up to their full size again. So here is the number 12, and here is the MM size. So you can see in terms of length, it is definitely longer, right, than your MM. Base-wise, again, it's smaller. It's still smaller just because of the shape of the bag, right? Handle drop, it is longer than your MM. And I'm just measuring it from, you know, where the bag would actually start. So this is where the handle drop, and then this is the Louis Vuitton, right? So if I go out like this, I feel like it's not a fair comparison because you can see that the Polene number 12 is curved downwards. So yeah, so it's definitely shorter on your MM. So if you're thinking about using this bag as a shoulder bag and you have an MM and you're thinking, all right, well, the shoulder strap's kind of short for me, then this bag may actually work really well for you. So just for you to see. So yeah, so there you go. And with it cinched in, obviously the MM is going to be smaller now because actually I can't cinch it in. I have something in there. And I guess with the cinching in piece, just comparing, you know, the Neverfolds and the number 12 because they both cinched in. As you know, with the Neverfolds, it has this pull mechanism to cinch them in. I have nothing against the Neverfolds because I like them. I mean, I have them. Obviously, I like them. But with these pulls, like over time, they do kind of loosen. Like this isn't like, you know, how it kind of just loosened like that. So there is that potential issue. I don't ever really cinch them, so it doesn't really bother me. But if you do, that may bother you. So it's cinched in, and now it has this kind of shape. It's kind of tulipy shape. And with the number 12, with it cinched in, it has its tulipy shape. So like as I was saying, with the number 12, because it's magnetic, you won't have that issue of that pull loosening and falling down and, you know, opening up your cinched bag. So yeah, it's like this. So they both have this cinched part, and then with the number 12, it also has the cinched bottoms as well. It is larger than the Neverfull MM when it's cinched. So it's about this, like this much is sticking out. All right. You can see it like that. So, you know, if you think the MM doesn't work for you, the GM is too large, MM is too small, then this might be a good in-between bag. It really depends on, you know, your needs. It is full leather, like I said. They do also make never-fulls in full leather as well. The interior is microfiber and not canvas, which is what the other, or not canvas, like twill, I don't know, whatever it is in the never-fulls. So that's a difference. Just now smelling my bag. Do people do this? It smells like leather. It smells really nice. So yeah, so it's very, very low key, which I like. You know, it depends on, you know, where you work. You may not want really flashy bags, like loud bags like this may not always be work appropriate. As you know, like if you're going to an interview or something like that, I feel like this will be so much nicer. And again, price-wise, it is a fraction. Like, I don't know, can't go wrong. It's made in Spain, handmade, European. And yeah, so to each their own, like I was saying. I love all of them, obviously. And hopefully once I get a chance to use the bag a little bit more, I will let you know, my thoughts. And yeah, I'm just wanted to add one more thing, because I just realized I compared the Polene number 12 with the Louis Vuitton TM and the MM, but I didn't really talk much about the Perry tote. And some of you may have a Perry tote because it's quite a popular bag from Tory Burch. So in terms of the comparison, I did show you all the dimensions, and Tory Burch, to be fair, is a full leather bag. The Perry tote, sorry, is a full leather bag. And the inside is also leather. It has a flap. So it doesn't have a pouch, but it has this flap with two pockets. I'm just trying to see here. I just realized I didn't even take the sticker off the metal. But I'm just trying to see where it's made. And I can't find it. It's okay. Oh, yeah, I don't know where it's made actually. I don't think it's going to be. Oh, there's a little tab here. Okay, here, I found it. Made in China. This is TBO China. Does that mean it's made in China? I don't know what TBO stands for. But in this pocket here, there's this little flap of thing, and it says TBO China. So it may be made in China. And so it is a leather bag, but made in China. So, sorry, that's what I ordered. So if you know, Tory Burch is an American brand. So just comparing in terms of brand, Polene is a European brand. Tory Burch is an American brand. This bag is made in China. The Polene bag is made in Spain. This one is probably made in a factory, mass produced. And the Polene bag is made in Spain, handmade in Spain. So those are the differences. Price-wise, it's actually not that big of a difference. It's not that big of a difference in terms of the prices. To be honest, like this bag I actually got from an outlet. It was probably like 100 or so, or 100 something Canadian, maybe like 100 American. So it was like a steal, which is great for, you know, what it is, for the cost. I think original price maybe in the 200s American. So I feel like comparison wise, the price, you know, it's the Polene bag is just a little bit more, but you're just getting so much more out of it in terms of the experience. This one didn't even come with like a dust bag, didn't come with a box or anything like that. Again, nothing against Tory, Burch or their tote bags, but I'm just telling you, this is my experience, right? Didn't come with any of those things. You're paying almost the same amount of money for a full leather bag, and yeah, like, and I got this one from an outlet, which is a good deal. It's just, if you want the whole luxury experience, Polene definitely has that, and which is why I'm saying it's such a good deal. I know it's still expensive. It's still, a couple $100 for a bag, and some people are like, what? But in terms of like the experience and everything, like Tory, Burch, like any of those like kind of high street fashion brands, I guess, like a Kors or whatnot, they probably cost around that much. But I feel like quality-wise, experience-wise, you're not getting that luxury experience. So it is a much more popular brand, and some people like that, some people don't like it. The reason I got this bag is also because it's quite understated. It just has that little logo there. If you know it, you know. If you know Tory Burch, if you don't, you don't, kind of thing. I mean, if anything, you can always wear it this way if you don't want people to know. But yeah, it's just, I don't have any issues with this bag either. Like, I like it. I actually got it in this like nice blush color for summer. I do use it for work as well, and it works well, right? But I'm just saying, if you're willing to dish out that amount of money, if you just are willing to dish out a little bit more, I would definitely go for the Polene one. All right. If you do have any questions about purchasing from Polene, let me know. To see, you can also watch my other videos from my experience purchasing from them, where I talk about more on shipping, duties, and all of that. That is in my Polene numero set video, and maybe I'll just link it over here or over here on one of these sides. So yeah, so far so good. I have 3 bags from them. I haven't had any issues so far. And so far, yeah, I have been really liking the bags. They go pretty well. The colors are usually fairly neutral, and I feel like it goes with a lot of clothing. Obviously, this is black, so it's really, really safe. And this material is quite similar to my numero set leather, and so I know from where that leather is water resistant, so I know that this will be as well, which is another pro, because as we know with Louis Vuitton, if you get the canvas, if you get it in the monogram, the leather is not treated, the vachetta leather is not treated, which means you can't use it when it rains. Have I used it when it rains? Yes. Was I a little bit concerned? Yes. Some people might not be concerned, but I was. And so, I always have to look at the weather when I decide what bag to use. But, with something like this, you wouldn't really have to worry about it, which is great. So yes, I will enter some modeling shots now. All right. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please click this like button below. Also subscribe for more videos on handbags, fashion, parenting, or cooking. All right, thanks. Bye.